What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be doing team of the group stage, Cuadrado, and obviously he has only just come out. If you wanted to pause it quickly to have a look at that team, it's only an 83 rated team with one Serie A player and also one in form, so a very, very cheap SBC to do. He's an 85, and in general, is he worth every dollar? We're going to find that out. Obviously, him being a right back is very interesting because the stats don't really seem that way. Obviously, he has still got his pace, which is always a nice thing, and a decent dribble on him. Don't get me wrong, 89 dribbling's nothing to turn your nose up at, but why a right back? I get that he probably has been playing right back for Juventus. That has no problem at all, but the stats just don't really scream to me right back. Obviously, being 30k, I'm quite happy with the price of him. Personally, I think it's a very good priced SBC, but realistically, what team is he going to go into? That is the major issue with him. More than likely, if people probably do him just to, I don't know, either content creators or someone who just wants to get that card in, more than likely will give him up later on down the line when they need an 85 for an SBC and Cuadrado pops up out of nowhere. More than likely, he'll end up as SBC fodder. Obviously, you don't get no packs with the SBC either because there's only one team to do. So they kind of get you in a double-edged sword there. You do get an 85 team of the group stage card, but is it good? And also you get no packs. So I personally would stay away from him. But anyway, we're going to have a look at what he's good at, what he isn't good at, and we'll really assess what this card actually can do for your team. So we'll go into the stats. Obviously, we've already mentioned that the SBC is 30k, 83 rated team, one Serie A, one team of the week. Also, if you want to like, subscribe down below whilst you're there, always brilliant. But anyway, 5-star skiller, which is hilarious as a right back. 3-star weak foot, right footed, 5'10", high attacking work rate, medium defensive. So it's very right mid-esque, if you get what I'm saying. He's practically the same card as a right back, as a right mid. But predominantly, I think, what have they actually increased? They've increased 2 pace, shooting, passing, and dribbling, and 5 defending and physical. Bear in mind, his defending was 66 and 67 physical on his normal card. So they gave him 5. For a double upgrade, I understand they can't go massively overboard with it, but to be honest, at least a 75 defending would have been nice. Even without the physical aspect of it, I'd have quite liked a little bit more on that defensive side, if anything. Stat-wise then, we've got 93 pace, which gives him 91 acceleration, 94 sprint speed. Nothing wrong with that. That is a fantastic stat to have on a right back or right mid. Passing wise is 79, again very average, pretty much only short pass, curve and crossing hits the very low 80s, and then everything else is either 70 or 77, so again that's very, very average on the passing element. Dribbling is actually really, really nice. We've got 93 agility, 82 balance, 79 reactions, 86 ball control, 92 dribbling, and 81 composure. So again, that's actually not bad at all. Very right mid, as I would say. Dribbling wise, you don't really expect a right back to have 89 dribbling. 71 defending. This is the problem one. Obviously, we already know the stats are very low. The same as his physical. All very, very low. So personally, what I've done is I've gone all out with a sentinel. It recovers it to an extent, realistically. You end up with 81 defending and 79 physical. You still have obviously that massive pace, so I personally will just go all out defending and physical with him unless you are changing him in game. But with the Sentinel, you'll have 90 standing tackle and 94 sliding tackle. You'll also have 71 interceptions and 77 defensive awareness. You'll have 89 jumping, 72 strength, and 93 aggression. So it kind of rescues the card to some extent, but personally, I just wouldn't bother. Not personally, unless you are collecting the specials or you've got 30k lying around just for this card as a literally just as a special card. That's pretty much all this card will be used for. And again, some maybe use it for a Serie A objective. Personally, that's not a bad thing, to be honest. You've kind of got a good defender there. And another good thing that he is good for is Tagliafico's objective, I'm pretty sure it's one of his, is assisting with a defensive player. So obviously you can just put this one at right back, then whack him up to right mid and just assist with him like you would normally. That, I suppose, is a nice value for him. He's an objective player. That's pretty much all he's going to be, and that is pretty much who he all will be. Personally, I didn't have any problems with him going up and down the wing. I felt like he actually did really well. Like you'll see, I used Dembele quite a lot to give him that overlap, and you'll see here again, easy. There's one goal, one assist for him. You can't argue with the assisting element of him. He actually is really nice when it comes to that, but I just think the right back position is definitely not suited to him. And I think this card potentially could become usable when we have, I believe it's FUT Birthday, when they decide to change a lot of the players' positions. When we get like a right mid who should be a right back, that's when this card then really becomes interesting, because obviously you can then put him as right mid if you are trying to do it the other way around now. So you put him as right mid and then you either try and move someone on or you have to sub someone on. That works as well, but obviously we're trying to not use the subs as much as possible, because obviously we don't want to use a sub if we don't have to every single game, and it would be nice to be able to swap in game to someone else. Obviously like someone like Meunier, yeah, I want to say the right back from PSG. He had a CDM card but can play right back. Obviously, Semedo has a left back card and can play a right back. So you get my drift. You can kind of see where it's going. You could whack him as a right mid, as a right back, but personally, do I think he's going to be worth that? Probably not. Or you could go and change the formation entirely and go with maybe 5 at the back and have your wing backs as like your left mids. That I suppose would work, but the left hand side would be a little bit lacking in that element, and I think you'll end up using Cuadrado quite a lot for the running, because obviously left back wise you haven't got no left backs that are left mids at the minute. So is he worth that? Probably not, going 5 at the back, but you could use him as a right mid and kind of just play him on 7 chem. Again, I probably wouldn't bother. I think personally this card is just SBC fodder or SBC objectives or what have you. Just basically an objective card. I don't think he's gonna be used with anything else. I definitely can't see him in FUT Champs. I gave him a 4 out of 10 because pace wise he may be a nice pacey super sub, maybe someone who can hold the ball up in the corner because obviously he can run past everybody, or you could give him a chance I suppose, but realistically he ain't going nowhere near my FUT Champs team. Personally, I do think Semedo is better, and I even think Informed Carvajal is better as well. Walker, Cancelo, you can list the names of the good right backs that predominantly are better than this card, and to be honest, all are around about the same price as well. I'm pretty sure Walker's around about that price now as well. And then I've given him a value of coins of 7 out of 10 because the SBC in general isn't a bad SBC. Like, it's not a bad price. I just think it's a bad card, to be honest. The position change really threw it with this one. If he was a right mid, I'd probably say the value could be 40-50, but being a right back and not a very usable right back, I think they've got the pricing right. I just don't think what was the point of this card, bar from for content creators to kind of slander a little bit. But hey ho, overall review of giving him a 5 out of 10. Personally, he was very average, that's about it. Defensively, not great, but then kind of good assisting and attacking. Obviously that is what his normal position would be, but as well the chemistry style didn't suit that style of play. So if I was to whack him maybe more as a right mid, right wing, I would then look at a different chemistry style, probably something to do with shooting and passing, or maybe shooting and physical. I think dribbling wise he's got that pretty much down, and pace definitely doesn't need any more. So obviously that would be very different in what chemistry style I would use in comparison to the Sentinel for the right back version of this card. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you're going to finish Cuadrado or have finished Cuadrado for the special version of him. Personally, he's just going to go into an objective player. Obviously, I'm trying to not use many of my special cards into SBCs, as I do like having a nice collection of them, and I think if we manage to get to like team of the season with them, I think it'd be really cool to have a look. I may even start doing a club tour every month, just to show you who's new, who I've got, because the club tends to move around quite a lot recently, and we'll see how that goes anyway. So let me know down below what you think of any sort of videos you'd like to see. Comment down below, and also if you are going to be finished this Cuadrado. So hopefully you did enjoy. Like, subscribe with the bell button on to get notified, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.